I mean,
I
because
agree. I agree.
we have just from my personal experience, like I've done DIY finance, like everything you can imagine. Like because yeah, I
You love
love Excel.
spreadsheets.
I'm good at Excel. I've done like a million different like budgeting things for myself on Excel. I've used like every fintech app you can imagine that has got launched in the last 10 years. Like out of interest, out of like my career, out of like just I find these things fun because I'm weird, but really I've tried all of them or a lot of them. And honestly, like there's two things here for me. Like there is no really app that gives you this holistic picture with human support. So that's really core, the holistic picture. I mean, there's budgeting apps, but that's really on a very basic like budget level. Connect your bank account and whatever, make a budget. It's not really forward looking. It's sort of always like in the past, like, yeah, I know I spent a lot of money last month. Like, so what, like,
Thanks
like,
for
yeah,
rubbing it into my face, you know.
exactly. So yeah, so there's that, and then there's like a bunch of like investment apps, and then there's like a bunch of ETF and more passive investing apps, and there's insurance apps, there's like all this stuff, right? But you need to put it all yourself together, and like when you do that, you just don't know, am I missing something, right? Like maybe there's some other app that I don't know about that I need to have this holistic picture. That's why we think like actually having someone that looks after the holistic picture is important. And then the human element to us is again, I think we mentioned it also in the first episode, but this is to us like the most important point. Even with someone that knows a lot about finance, that spends the time and does all of this stuff, on your own stuff, you're emotional. You don't take it from a purely neutral perspective. And that's normal because it's about you, it's personal. So it's normal that you'll be emotional about it. But having that third party look at it from a neutral perspective really helps to see your blind spots. And I think that's why we actually like help people to do DIY too, if that's what they want. We also help them do DIY and then they can come to us when they feel stuck. That's also a possibility. But I think having at least a perspective from the outside that has some knowledge about things that you might not be aware of is really, really, really helpful to get this holistic financial plan.